From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
And right now in the Afternoon Edition, the manhunt continues for the suspect in a mass shooting that killed more than a dozen people in Maine. Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Yamamoto. The gunman who went on a shooting rampage in Lewiston, Maine is still on the run. 40-year-old Robert Carr is accused of killing at least 18 people in the town of Lewiston on Wednesday night with an AR-style weapon and wounding 13 others. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous, and they are warning residents to shelter in place. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
Law enforcement officials in Maine have expanded shelter-in-place orders beyond the town of Lewiston as they continue hunting for mass shooting suspect Robert Card. Police say divers will be searching the water near the dock where Card's vehicle was found.
The river is a big piece of this. The car was located there. Evidence is located in the vehicle or right there along the shores of the Androscoggin River.
On Thursday, SWAT teams, K-9 units, and helicopters scoured Card's hometown of Bowdoin, even honing in on one home in particular that came up empty. Card, an Army reservist, allegedly opened fire inside a bowling alley and restaurant in Lewiston Wednesday night, using a semi-automatic assault rifle with an extended magazine and a scope.
Every one of those rounds that got fired need to be investigated. Every one of those cartridges that lays on the ground needs to be collected.
Despite recent mental health issues, including a temporary hold at a facility over the summer, federal law would not have kept Card from obtaining a firearm. As the investigation unfolds, the names and faces of the victims are being revealed, and loved ones in lockdown are sharing memories online. Arthur Strout was at Schmenge's Bar and Grill Wednesday night playing pool with his father, but stayed behind. He and his wife, Christy, were raising a family together.
He was a good guy, and he was family-oriented, and he always took care of us.
Ben Soroy, a resident of Lewiston, says before the massacre, he always felt safe in this area.
Cherish your loved ones while they're here, because it could happen, I guess, anywhere.
More people were murdered in Lewiston Wednesday night than in the last 15 years combined.
And sources also telling CBS News officials are investigating whether Card was targeting a current or former girlfriend. The motive for that shooting still remains unclear. And we'll bring you continuing coverage as we monitor the manhunt. We'll have the very latest on our website at KPIX.com, streaming on the free CBS News app. Okay, let's take a live look outside at Oakland. You know, it was kind of a chilly morning, but expect to see windy weather in parts of the Bay Area this weekend. Let's head to meteorologist Jessica Birch.
Well, it's Halloween weekend here in the Bay Area, and as we head into this weekend, we need to talk about our fire danger index because it's going to start increasing as we head into our early Sunday morning forecast. Now, this is on a scale from 1 to 10, and really we're keeping a close eye on relative humidity and gusty conditions heading into this weekend, allowing for these numbers to really increase up in the North Bay into those early morning hours on Sunday. On that scale from 1 to 10, we hit a 9 up in Sonoma just by 5 a.m. on Sunday. So here's the reason why. Wind gusts, they're going to start getting breezy right around the corner. This is by dinner time tomorrow. So 5 o'clock on Sunday, or Saturday, excuse me. We're seeing wind gusts anywhere up to around 20-25 miles per hour. But now let's take a look at Sunday and watch what happens in areas like Stinson Beach, ranging up into Sonoma. Wind gusts get breezy. We're talking about 50-mile-per-hour winds near the coast, all the way up into wine country, and that lasts into the afternoon hours on Sunday too. So we've been seeing red flag warnings and fire weather watches issued by the National Weather Service until Sunday afternoon, and we'll keep a close eye on that due to the fact that we're also seeing low relative humidity lasting into our weekend forecast. Like I said, it's Halloween weekend, so we need to gear up and be prepared. If you have outdoor objects that you don't want blown around, this is the time now to secure them. Daytime highs today, they're cool, they're brisk. It definitely feels like fall here in the Bay Area. We're talking about 60s off into the East Bay, 60s down into the Santa Clara Valley, and more 60s along the coast. This is the time of year where we're kind of all hand in hand when it comes to our temperatures.
Well, the Oakland Chamber of Commerce and the Alameda District Attorney Pamela Price met with local business owners today to try to address some of those ongoing concerns over crime. She highlighted her connections to Oakland and Alameda County as a longtime business owner and works in the civil rights movement in her youth. But the main focus was on what she says are misconceptions about her responsibilities as district attorney.
I don't control what the police do. I don't set what the priorities are for this city. This is one of 14 cities, as much as I love Oakland.
She added that she continues to meet with Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao and the interim police chief to address their own concerns and figure out ways they can work together to reduce crime in the town. And today, Oakland PD will try a new way to collect details on car burglaries, hoping to try to catch thieves with the help of social media. Sean Chitnis reports on more on why they're taking this approach and reaction from residents.
Oakland Police hope this new approach will have some impact on a problem they have been dealing with for quite some time. Some people welcome the idea because it's something different. Others not sure that it will have much of an impact. The idea here, use photos and videos when safe to capture a crime as it's happening, but never try to stop and intervene. Oakland Police have created accounts on Instagram as well as X, formerly known as Twitter, to try and get your help. You can DM them directly those photos and videos if you are the victim of a car burglary. And the department tells us that this has been quite an issue just this year. They've had 11,300 auto burglaries where the doors were actually locked in those cases. So some of the people who have already reacted to this idea, residents in the area, telling us, well, in some cases the criminals are so aggressive, why not give it a try? Others still skeptical that social media will not be helpful.
Someone followed one of the cars into the garage, and they were driving a stolen car. So to compound their problems, the gate doesn't open without an opener. And so they had to ram and ram and ram the gate.
The issue of crime in Oakland and response to crime in Oakland is so complex that you can't solve it with Twitter, right? And we want to address crime, we have to address all the structural issues of inequality.
So again, this is something that OPD is trying out just for the weekend, today through Sunday. You can look up their accounts on Instagram and X. The handle is @OaklandAutoBurg. And again, send them photos and videos, but do not try to stop the crime while it's happening.
And State Senator Scott Wiener has introduced a new bill that would make prosecuting car break-ins easier. Under current law, prosecutors have to somehow prove that a car was locked. Just proving someone broke a window is not enough for a conviction. Wiener says eliminating that loophole will help prosecutors hold people who commit this crime accountable. Governor Newsom is teaming up with San Francisco leaders to investigate deaths linked to opioids. The governor's office announced a new joint task force today. It will involve police officers, staff from the San Francisco's DA office, and the CHP and the California National Guard. The plan is to treat opioid deaths in the city similar to homicide cases. This includes a stepped-up process for gathering evidence and processing intelligence to track where the opioids are coming from. Cruise is halting driverless rides in all of its test markets just 3 months after getting the green light to operate 24/7 in San Francisco. The company posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that they have decided to pause driverless operations across all their fleets while they reflect on how to earn public trust. Earlier this week, the DMV ordered Cruise to pull its robo-taxis from San Francisco streets, accusing Cruise of withholding video from a San Francisco crash that left a pedestrian badly hurt. Another car actually hit the woman first, throwing her into the path of that Cruise car, which then dragged her down the street as it tried to pull over. But Cruise also says that their decision is not related to any new on-road incidents, and supervised rides will continue with a backup driver at the wheel. Cruise has also been using Austin and Phoenix as a testing ground for their robo-taxis.